Okay, what's up, man? Sean, this video's for you, bro. Um, this is how I got mine set up. It may be different for you, depending on the way you got, what I'm saying, you're a welder and the way you weld or whatever. It may be different, it may not. But first thing that I do when I get a new spool of wire is I take the tip off like this, and I even unscrew this tip. Unscrew it all the way out, just the tip here, and unscrew that out. I put my wire on, and I tighten it down. I don't tighten it down to where it's super tight, and I don't tighten it down to where it's super loose. I used to run it where it just barely went through the lock, and I found my wire kept bird nesting on me, so I run it down a little bit more now. Like I say, yours may be different, but it's how I got mine set up. I run it down to where it barely got any movement in there, and it still free spins without binding. And then I run it through this little line, and it goes all the way through. And let me take this out for you. I run it all the way through this line, and it goes all the way through. Now on this little thing here, I don't know what it's called. I'm just gonna say the little spindle or whatever, but it has little ridges in there, little bitty teeth, and you might want to make sure your wire is right inside that ridge. If you can see it, want to make sure your wire is right inside that ridge, and then it goes into that little part over there, and then you shut it down. Gently shut it down or whatever, making sure it stay in the ridge, and put that back on there. And then you just kind of lightweight tighten it up, and turn your welder on and pull the trigger. Now once you get wire come out the tip of here, then you just put the tip on, and put this tip on or whatever, and start welding. Now I'm using .30 wire. I don't know if I said that already, but I'm using .30 wire with a .35 tip, which is this thing. When I say tip, this thing right here, and it screws out. See it turning? It screws all the way out. Sometimes you'll be welding, and the thing it just frees up, and your wire gets stuck in there. You just unscrew it, hit the button, pull up a little wire, cut it off, and throw it in the trash. These things, they go bad all the time, bro. So once you get one that go bad, don't trip or nothing. Just get your little a couple extra tips. They sell them. You can get it for like $5-6, and keep it pushing. Some people say they use a smaller than .30 on sheet metal when they're working on their like quarter panel, so a quarter panel or something like that. They use smaller than .30. I like to use .30 when I'm working on mine. It's like I said, it's all on your preference when you start welding. You know what I'm saying? How you like it or whatever. You start playing with it and just go from there. But .30 wire, .35 tip. Run it through there, all the way through. Make sure it's in the ridges. And whatnot. Flip this on, tighten it down just a tad bit. You might want to tighten it up a little bit as you go. If you find that your wire is just kind of going and stopping, and it might not be tight enough, and keep on going. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I can't remember if it was Tom Noble or Mr. Fireman 164. One of those guys that I follow on YouTube that had a Lincoln welder, and I had a partner that ran into the same thing and I had another friend that ran into the same thing on one of those Harbor Freight welders. When you switch, if you running gas, when you get this from the factory, you might have to switch these around to make it work, to make your welds come out real decent or whatever. It'll still weld, but it'll be shitty welds. But once you, if, you know what I'm saying, if you run into that problem, you're getting a lot of shitty welds. I would, you know, switch these around and see if that cures it or whatnot. And also on these little bitty welders, something they don't really tell you is you can't weld a lot constantly on them. You know what I'm saying? I ran into that problem, and especially like on a hot day. I was out here welding, and I was welding some thick metal, so I had it all turned up all the way, and I'll get about probably like 15 minutes on it, and I'll get about 15 minutes on it, and the thing it just stopped working. And it's a fail safety switch that they got programmed in a lot of these small welders. So don't trip if that happened to you. Just, you know, I always put, like on a hot day, I always put a fan behind my welder. It has one on there, but I always put an extra fan behind there, and I weld a little bit and then stop. I try to get out here early in the morning and weld when it's a little bit cooler or whatnot, you know, depending on how much I got to do. And, you know, I just make it work with what I got. I think the bigger welders, you don't have to run into that problem, but that's what I got, and that's what I have to do. And you may have one on yours, you may not, but a lot of these little ones have those little switch on there. So if you run into that problem, you know what I'm saying, you weld it on a hot day, or you're doing a lot of welding and your welder stop, just wait, give it about 15-20 minutes and come back at it, you know what I'm saying. And when you're doing your sheet metal anyways, you're gonna take your time, you're gonna do a couple tacks, you know, on your quarter panel, and you're gonna stop anyway, so you might not have no problems with that. But that's my setup. That's how I got it going. Hopefully that helps you. If it don't, oh well, I tried, bro. But that's what I got going on. So take it for what it's worth. Have a good day, bro. And keep building on, man. See you later.